Hello Aquarius, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my friends. Welcome to Air Day. You are actually sharing it with Fire Day. I was a little bit offline yesterday. I just needed a day. So thank you so much for coming here, for clicking here. I appreciate you, Aquarius. If you're brand new to this tribe, to Ten of Cups Tarot, welcome here. I hope you'll let me know in the comments that you are new. We do like to be in the comments, some of us around here. So we are a bit of a community by now. Thank you so much for trying this, for giving it a shot. If you are an Aquarius who is here all the time, my ride or dies, clicking and sharing and being in the comments and giving me your thumbs up. Thank you so much for doing that. A lot of you come by. Even though you give me your clicks and your views every week, you still have not subscribed. So I hope that you will choose to do that and be part of this tribe. It does make a difference in how this channel grows and how the algorithm sees it. So I do appreciate you doing that for me. Thank you, Aquarius. All right, let's take a look for the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. My readings are always for the week ahead when we do these weekly readings. And so whether it is today or tomorrow or next year that you find this, it's always going to be predictions, and it's always going to be for the week ahead, no matter when you find it. All right, here we go. Aquarius, tell me what's coming up. We're just going to do a couple of these Wisdom of the Oracles, and then we are going to get to some tarot and find out what else is going on. We've got the never-ending story, Aquarius. What's going on here? You're about to have a new beginning, my friend. What? Aquarius, what? What is going on? Oh my goodness, look at this. Holy. We've got a never-ending story, so something that was never over that you thought was, and it's at a faded moment here. You don't see it. You can see that that person has covered eyes. You don't see it coming, my friend, but it looks like things are about to get beautiful for you. We have card number 37, and 3 and 7 is a 10. 10 is breaks down further to a 1, which is a new beginning. You can see that it's like all the sand has come out of the timer, and the next thing to fall through is love. The next thing to fall through is the heart. We do have the never-ending story, and I think that you've been worrying about this. It feels like you have been, that you've been wondering or worrying, is this thing ever going to come back together? Or whatever the never-ending story is for you. It's like you have a feeling in your gut, Aquarius, and you are quite spiritual. You are someone who is very in tune with your gut. I feel like you are, you're wondering, when is this thing going to resume again? Well, I want to say it's pretty soon, because with card number 37 breaking down to a 1, the 1's the beginning of something. And so there is something that's about to continue that you thought was over that really isn't over. And I think it's a faded moment. It's time for that thing to come together here. We do have card number 17. 1 and 7 is an 8. So we are looking at the fates. It's something that you don't really even need to see, because the universe is taking care of it for you. Spirit's taking care of it for you here. I want to say that you don't have to see what's coming, because truth be told, it looks like somebody's about to open their heart to you. Thinking of Madonna just came into my head. Open your heart to me, baby. I've got the lock and you've got the key, or I've got the lock and you've got the key, whatever it is. Go take a look at that song. There might be something there for you. Card number 14 is Temperance. Look, truth be told, the masks are dropping and the never-ending story is right here. It feels like somebody's got their face covered because the mask is about to drop here. We see that now somebody is open. The heart space is open. We've got all of the love that's flying out. It feels like you are going to come to some sort of in the future though, because this is future energy for me. You always knew it too. You knew that it was going to happen. You knew that this story wasn't over. And truth be told tells me that there is going to be transformation in the mask. The mask is going to drop. But I feel like when the mask drops, somebody's got their face covered. They're still not ready to go, but I feel like they are going to arrive. I don't know if that's you that is going or is going to resume the never-ending story, or someone's doing it with you. Take it as it resonates, but we'll look at some tarot and find out what's going on. But truth be told, I feel like it's about love. Somebody's about to open their heart. They're getting balanced. They've been healed. Card number 14 is Temperance. It's a moment of alchemy. The only time that is the right time for all this to happen. So whilst you've been sitting here worrying, where are they? What are they doing in the past? And I feel like that this is about to show itself to you. Somebody's about to open their heart to you. All right, let's take a look at some tarot. Tell me about Aquarius, please, for the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius, please. Okay, what's this? we've got the Seven of Cups. So right now it's confusing. Right now you don't see it. Maybe you feel it, but you don't see it. It's very confusing to you. You don't know. It feels like you're not really sure what's supposed to happen from here. It's very emotionally overwhelming. And for some of you, you just don't know what went wrong. You don't know why the story has a pause. Like that's what it feels like when I look at the never-ending story. It feels like we're paused because the heart is suspended, right? It's suspended here. And so it feels like it's the next thing to go down. It's like it's time for the heart to fit through the opening here. That's what it feels like. But it's been a confusing, overwhelming time for you as you've been waiting for fate to take its course here. You've been waiting for the fates to interrupt whatever's going on here. We do have, yeah, you're getting some sort of a surprise, my friend. There is something here that I feel is going to shock you or surprise you. And I feel like the surprise is you always wanted this story to come back together, but I don't think that you thought it would. The Fates has something different to say about that, though. There it is, the Fool. What is going on with this reading for you today? Aquarius is pretty crazy. So we do have some sort of a shocking surprise, like maybe a reveal of somebody who now wants to begin again. It feels like someone's going to ask you to take a leap of faith. It feels like somebody here has been working hard in the background, I want to say. This is the chimney sweep. I want to say that this person is someone who's been working really hard in the background. It does feel like there is an apology coming, or maybe some sort of, they're going to tell you that there's affection, that they've always had this affection for you. It feels like maybe if the story had a pause. So it's a never-ending story, which means it's not over yet. And there has been a pause, and it might have been due to emotional confusion. Somebody was confused about your feelings, or maybe you were confused about your feelings, or they about their own. But it feels like somebody now is standing on solid ground. Rather than standing here wondering what to do next and not really sure what to do, somebody now is standing on solid ground, holding the cup, but nonetheless is feeling like this is they're on solid ground. Although things behind them are a little tumultuous, it feels like this person is ready to soar. I want to say they're ready to say what they've got to say. Now, I don't know if it's you or them, but take it as it resonates, my friend. This is a general reading after all. It might not involve you at all. It might not resonate with you at all, but if it does, I feel like somebody here is about to pop up out of nowhere. We do have the Page of Swords. We'd have the Ten of Wands. And we have the Two of Wands. Yeah, there is an expansion. We are at the crossroads of life here. It's time to drop these burdens that we have created through this whole time that things have been silent. I feel like whoever is the Ten of Wands is this person, the one who's got their hand over their face. The one is like, is this ever coming together? I get that question often a lot in private reads. Should I just leave it and just end it and go forward? Or should I wait for it? And I always tell you that it's not always stop and go. It's not always yes or no. It's not always, the sun and darkness. It's not always just the complete opposites of each other. There's something in between, which is a place of, it's like the place where you set the penny. It's like the penny is not zero, but it's not $100. The penny is what it is. And it also has its place in adding to anything. It's not going to add a lot, but it feels like you need to let the penny be what it is. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not confusing you. It is metaphorical, of course, but it feels like you're a very black and white kind of person. You either see it or you don't. It's yes or a no. I'm leaving or I'm going forward. It's like you need to be a little more flexible in the mind, because there is a middle space, and the middle space is a never-ending story where the Page of Cups is waiting. Okay, let's talk about the never-ending story. Tell me about this never-ending story. What do we need to know? So whether I think that you thought it was over, because it became confusing, and it feels like somebody either cut you out or you cut them out, but it feels like whoever cut it out, whoever stopped this connection, I feel like is someone who keeps watching. So whether you're watching them or they're watching you, this is Aquarius energy, right? The Page of Swords. I feel like now that the student's in the room, that somebody is open to learning about the situation, that maybe you blamed them or they blamed you, but the person who was doing the blaming is now realizing, oh, maybe it was me. Maybe it's time for me to step forward and expand into, get rid of these 10 wands and expand into this new beginning here. Tell me about the never-ending story, please. We do have, something ended. So we do have the death card. So something ended, but please understand that something only ends in order for something else to begin. That is true in all things in life, and it is true with life itself. Sometimes life ends, and if you've come up against someone that you've lost in this life, I'm really sorry for that, but it feels like the death card teaches us that it's merely a transformation. It's not a period, it's a comma. And it's the reason that something goes away or ends is so something else can begin. And so I feel like it feels like there were a couple of people here who needed to be apart for a while. We have the Three of Wands. Wanting to expand, wanting to know what is out there, but I feel like you were waiting for somebody to come back and get you. Maybe it was the Empress. But the thing is that the Empress doesn't chase. So the Empress is not coming back to get you. It feels like if you are the person who is the Emperor, or the person who is the masculine leaning energy, that you have to go with the Empress. The Empress is the feminine leaning energy. The Empress knows her worth, though, understand, right? So you could be the Empress, even though the Empress is Libra and Gemini. Libra and Taurus. You could be the Empress, right? In energy, right? Because these can be people. Absolutely. The court cards can be people, but please understand they all carry energies. And no matter when they come out, the energies could apply to you, maybe or maybe not. The Empress is a person who is very balanced in their energy. They know their worth. This is someone who is very solid and grounded, very creative, possibly in childbearing years, but doesn't have to be, because a lot of people will Empress up later in life than that. But nonetheless is creative and is co-creating with the universe. So I want to say that maybe you've been waiting for the Empress to contact you, and don't hold your breath, because the Empress knows their worth, and they know that whatever is meant for them will never pass them by. They also know that whatever is meant for them will find them. That's why the Empress is not chasing, because whatever you chase will run. Tell me about the fates, please. Tell me about the fates. We have the Four of Wands. This is a fated connection that is going to go to the next level. We do have the Seven of Wands, because somebody now has appropriate boundaries. I think it's you, that maybe you've got appropriate boundaries and you are not letting just anybody into your life. This person, I feel, who maybe had this pause, or maybe just stopped talking, or got confused in their energy and maybe cut you out for a bit. I feel like this person is also a person that you don't want to let back in. You now know your worth. If you're the Empress, you know your worth. You've got your boundaries, and you're not letting anyone pass the boundaries into the Four of Wands, because your place, your home, is a sanctuary. But I also want to say that it's fated that you do go to the Four of Wands. So don't think that life has passed you by. No matter what your age is, the Four of Wands, I feel, is in your future. But you just needed to find, maybe you're the one that took the break and said, I need to just recalibrate and find out what's going on. And it feels like you have found yourself some really great boundaries. This is a milestone. This is an achievement. Good for you. I love that. It is the World card, right? You've got some solid boundaries now, and you're like, I'm closing the door, and anything that doesn't serve me. And this energy is Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. Moving, I think it took you really a long time to get to this place, but sometimes it does. Look, you're right exactly in the place that you're supposed to be, Aquarius. You're not too far behind. You're not too far ahead. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. And I feel like you had to come through this energy of things ending so something else could begin. So it feels like you had to grow up or learn or get some wisdom, because you don't become the Empress without wisdom. You don't become the Empress just because you're the sign of Libra or Taurus. Just because you love people or have loving energy, it doesn't mean you're the Empress. The Empress comes with wisdom. And so I want to say with the World card here that it is achievement or a milestone for you, that you finally put these boundaries in place, and you're not letting anyone pass the door into the Four of Wands unless they are worthy to do so. Very interesting. I feel like you've been watching someone, or they've been watching you. The pages could indicate that we are talking about children. Take it as it resonates. That maybe you're not letting them pass the door. Maybe you've grown up and you've tightened your boundaries, and you're like, no, you can't come back home. You got to work on it on your own. And it could be about children. Absolutely, it could be. But let's take a look at the Seven of Cups. We do have the King of Swords. Yeah, somebody cut the other one out because they didn't trust them. That's what it looks like. And in doing that, and I don't know if it was you that cut them out or them that cut you out here, but I feel like you feel as though you've lost an opportunity. This is Aquarius energy, also Gemini and Libra, because we are in a general reading. But it feels like somebody feels as though they may have lost an opportunity because they became the King of Swords and said, no, I'm not going to let you take advantage of me that way. It became really confusing, the whole situation, but I feel like there was no justice here. And that's why somebody decided to pause or cut this person out for a while to figure out what they wanted. Somebody offered the other person a cup here and the other person nothing them. So whether you offered someone your feelings or your cup of emotion and they didn't take it, or vice versa, take it as it is. It feels like you couldn't get the truth out of someone about their feelings. They were confused about who they wanted, or confused about their feelings. Did they really have feelings for you? I feel like you ended up standing up and cutting them out. And I think that now you feel like you have lost an opportunity here. The thing is, you two have never been apart energetically. The Lovers is here. Tell me about the Page of Cups. What is this, please, for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about the Page of Cups. We do have the Three of Cups. We have the Ten of Cups in the reverse, and we have the Emperor. Very interesting. Now we have both of the energies on the table, right? The true match, the Emperor and the Empress. Both people have grown up. Both people have wisdom. The thing is this, is that sometimes things do break up. And we always look at things as black or white. We always look at things as over or beginning again. And there is that space in the middle where we're growing, we're learning. We're learning that we are zero and the one. We are the fool. We are the penny. We do have worth, but maybe we can have more worth if we decide to move forward and get this wisdom. I do feel that two people had to break away from each other because we didn't know what we wanted. Seven of Cups is under there. There was no justice. I couldn't get you to love me in the way I wanted you to love me, and you couldn't get me to love you in the way that you wanted to be loved. But it's because we were on two different frequencies. Now we were on the same vibration. We're tuned into the same radio station. Now we can both hear it. So it feels like there is going to be a new beginning here for the Emperor and the Empress here. Tell me about the Fool. We do have the Four of Pentacles. Someone never let go of having this new beginning here. And somebody here with the Hanged Man in the reverse here, you can see that it's like an aha moment. Somebody's got their arms wide open here and they're like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I've got this realization that I need to go and get what I want. Look, the Queen of Wands never gives up. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's been through a lot of stuff, and she sits on the throne accordingly. She's all the things that have come to make her, who have come to kill her, have only made her stronger. I feel like somebody here is holding on to you. Somewhat, they feel very attracted to you. You have an attractive energy. I feel like somebody never let you go, but I do feel it was important for you two to have your time away from each other, because I don't think you could grow together, because you expected them to do things for you and they expected you to do things for them, and the expectations probably pulled you apart. But I feel like there's something that's about to come back together with two people who have healed themselves or come to a place of wisdom here. And I think that what we're looking at here with the Two of Wands and the Ten of Wands is that the Emperor and the Empress are dropping their burdens here, so we can expand this relationship, so we can expand. We've been watching each other for years, but I feel like somebody is about to step forward. Now, when it comes down to it, it's the Emperor. This is the masculine, feminine energy. Masculine leaning, feminine leaning, but they both have masculine and feminine energies. So the Emperor is the one who has to step forward. So if you're the Empress, you're not the one who's stepping forward. If you are a true Empress, you won't chase it. You will wait for it to find you and deal with it when it does find you. And I feel like the Emperor is about to get up and go and expand here. They're at the crossroads of their life. They're about to go out into the expanse here. Somebody who is, ready, available here. There we go. Somebody who is open emotionally now. They know what they want. But I think that they're worried that possibly you don't have the same feelings. There's this Two of Pentacles here. And so it makes me feel like somebody is trying desperately to stay in the present moment. And I think it is the King of Cups, right? Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy, part of the Emperor energy. It feels like somebody here, the Emperor, is probably now open emotionally intelligent. Now they know where they went wrong. Now they know that they must come forward to be the protector, to be honest, to have your back. And it feels like they're worried about whether or not you are going to accept them back again, because there is worry about the past energy and maybe what might not work in the future. This person, you may have blocked them, or they could have blocked you. We do have the King of Pentacles. You two could have been having issues over money. You could have been having issues over somebody not being very honest with the finances, or not being honest about whether they wanted to settle down or not, or whether they wanted to grow and be abundant and clear and solid and grounded and dependable. I feel like maybe you have blocked this person possibly, or they've blocked you. But what I want to say is that maybe you unblocked them around the full moon. It feels like somebody here wasn't seeing the situation for what it was and couldn't make a decision, but it does feel as though somebody is either about to make a decision or had made a decision around the full moon. Now, that was just on the 24th, right, of February. Those energies still linger. Something you don't see is coming. It's very abundant. It's very, this person's very confident, abundant. They might be a business owner, somebody who really doesn't need you, somebody who you really don't need. And they're bringing in the Page of Cups after, sorry, not the Page, but the Knight of Cups after heartbreak. So it feels like that although it's been quiet here and there's been no communication, that the moment of alchemy is here. And so it is transforming this Ten of Swords. So whatever had ended, I believe somebody is manifesting you, and it's time for it to begin again in the future. There's the Tower. It's coming in as something like a wrecking ball. This Emperor is going to show up here and tell the Empress, look, we got to try this again. I know that I wasn't good back there, but I'm far more balanced. I've grown. Now, this could be years between you, right? This could be years between you. But I do believe that there is a story here that is never ending. And no matter whether you decide to go back with this person or not, you're always going to be connected to them spiritually. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And I'll be back because I'm always back, Aquarius. Thanks for this great reading. I'm going to go. Bye-bye.